Adventures with Poison Oak and Weed Trees. William Hovey Smith, 2021. I'm an author, and among my outdoor books are backyard deer hunting and also extreme muzzleloading. In addition, I have business books. Included among these are Make Your Own Job, Anytime, Anywhere, at Any Age, which is available in softcover and also as an audio book. Now stay tuned at the end of the video for order instructions. This is Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman, and we're engaging in some of our usual springtime activities, which includes pulling weed trees and vines away from my outdoor structures. So we've had a recent period of very heavy rains. So I've got things rigged up, so we're going to start clearing some of this junk. And now I'm in the process of gathering my materials. Now among these vines are poison oak, as well as at least 2 species of thorny briars. And consequently, I was looking for gloves in my truck. I found 3 gloves. 1 left-handed glove, 2 left-handed gloves, 3 left-handed gloves. How is it when you go looking for gloves, all of them fit in the same hand? This is among the mysteries we're going to investigate today. A closer look at the work ahead of us shows concrete block overgrown by these vines and jam up against the bottom of the building. These were originally put there to keep dogs from digging under it, but now are somewhat in the way. So the first thing we're going to have to do is move these and reposition them. We're starting at one end of our vine infestation and progressively working toward the corner of the building. I've already started moving some of the block. Others of these blocks are actually ingrown with the vines, and the grinds are growing out of them. So we'll actually use the truck to winch to help pull it out. What we're doing this with is we have a winch on my truck and a long control cable, which you are seeing. And there is the truck. And shortly we'll fire things up and see how things go. It's stripping off the vegetation rather than pulling the tree. Okay. Heavy duty rope this time. Well, as you'll see, we had success. At least we got rid of the tree. And there it is. We pursed up our heavy rope around a bunch of those briars and run it around and under and through. So hopefully there'll be sufficient tension to grab and hold and actually pull them rather than just break them off. But we shall see. We did break them off, which is about what I expected, but at least we did expose more of our concrete block. It looks like I'm going to have to chop a trench alongside there all the way through the bottom of the building to loosen those blocks. We are making progress with our block. I've got it now so that it will at least wiggle a little bit. Look. You can now see the briar roots in there that were holding it so firmly. We're going to see if we can pull that block out. As you see, I have a loop of the rope around it. That pull was successful in removing the block, and now we have our tree exposed and stand a better chance of getting it this time. As you see, I have a wrap around two different parts of the tree, so hopefully we'll be able to bite on it enough to give it enough tension to actually pull it from the ground. Certainly removing that block in front of it will help. All of my knots held, and again, it put enough tension on it to break it, but not actually to pull it by the roots. So it looks like I'm going to have to come back and give that one a dose of Roundup next time. What we are finding is that these briar's roots are thick and tough and nutrient rich. And so there's a clump on the ground there. And you can see next to the building how far they go out. They extend almost a foot, this side of the building at least, and obviously go underneath it as well. And I'm now trying to work out that next concrete block, and I've just got it moving. But like the other ones you saw, it has roots in it, on it, around it, and holding it in just about every direction you can think of. We've now pursed up a whole bunch of vines. We have our large cable around them. Now the vines with the hairy roots on them, that's poison oak. You can see that it has several offshoots climbing up the side of the building, and especially up that corner where it's mixed again with our greenbrier. So I have it pursed up in this rope in the hopes that we'll pull from the bottom, gather from the sides, and bring the majority of it actually off the building. It did pull a bunch free, and at least pull the big roots of mostly that poison oak out. You can see these hairy tendrils. Now these really bite into the wood. You can hear how resistant they are coming out. And they run and hide along any little surface. These right here in these corners are particularly tough. So I don't want to damage the corner. I've taken the mattock and burrowed a little hole underneath the roots of mostly poison oak. And now we're going to see if we can pull it better out by the roots than we did with the tops. Well, that was generally successful, I think. We're about to dig the last block that's down in the corner. At one time it supported an anthill, and it shows no signs of being active right now, but one never knows. We shall see. We also recovered an artifact. Okay, last one out. We've now removed all of the block against the base of the wall, and there is a continuous string of poison oak roots backed up against the building. So I'm going to put a rope around those and pull from the center. And now that we've reached the climactic moment, our canine supervisor has joined us. I've taken up the slack on the rope there at the edge of the building, and hopefully it will pull away clean all the way across the bottom. Does seem to be working. Well, perhaps it didn't take it away as cleanly as I would like, but at least it certainly loosened it up. We have concluded our task except for cleaning up. Now, if you do something like this with poison oak, now is exactly the time to do it. As spring creeps north, you want to get at this stuff before it starts to sprout. Then you can handle it with much less possibility of getting skin burns from the oils which come from the green leaves mostly. You can handle the root stuff and even the vines as long as the leaves are not on them with some better degree of facility. I can't guarantee you won't get any itches from it. That depends very much on the person, but it's certainly much easier to handle now. And I'm going to go and immediately wash up to get whatever's on my hands and forearms off. And that's what you should do as well. For now, this is Hovey Smith, reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe. Goodbye, God bless, and see you next time. Late winter or very early spring following a rainy spell is the ideal time to pull the poison oak or ivy away from buildings and other structures. And follow this up with mowing and an application of Roundup later in the summer when the roots start to leaf out again. Different people have stronger reactions to poison oak and ivy than others. Always be cautious about handling the material and avoid the smoke from burning plants. For more information about my books, blogs, and other activities, go to www.hoveysmith.com. The Make Your Own Job Anytime, Anywhere, at Any Age audiobook may be purchased from listenupaudiobooks.com. To discover more about my business books, go to createyourownjobsecurity.com. For detailed information about Make Your Own Job and coming activities, including a nationally broadcast business program, go to www.makeyourownjob.com. Good hunting and good eating from the outdoors. Goodbye, and God bless.